you took Gary Jones's position for this episode, and we're working with Rick. Tell us about this experience.
Working with Rick was a dream. I mean, I was a fan of MacGyver, and meeting him for the first time, again, like I said earlier, I expected to meet someone who was going to be nice to me, but, you know, they keep that wall in place, and there would be people around to say, all right, Pierre, you know, it's time to move on kind of thing. But that never occurred. He was just so genuinely nice and wanted to know about me and talk. And when the camera was off, he was constantly telling me, check out the tuna fish sandwich on the catering table.
The catering was good. I really love the catering, gotta say.
Oh, yeah. And at one point, somehow photography came up, and it just so happened that, I guess at the time, he had a curiosity in 3D photography, and I happen to love Viewmaster, and I was into 3D photography as well. So we started sharing that and talking about that. I sent him a 3D camera. I don't know if he ever used it or not, but when I went back out there the second time, I think we briefly met. And at the time, we did meet briefly. At the time, we talked about 3D camera, and it was just so happened, the timing was just perfect. I was in my zombie makeup, and Amanda Tapping happened to be in the area, and the three of us pretended to be zombies and shot it with a 3D camera. I tried to find the actual photo so I can show you guys, but I don't know if you can see that.
Well, hang on here. I see you and her.
Yeah, it's a cool photo when you look at it with a 3D glasses, because their arms are sticking out coming at you.
Wow, that's legit.
Yeah, it was a cool photo we shot. Yeah, so yeah, they called me out the second time. The second time coming out there was partially courtesy of a guy named John Murphy, I believe is his name. John, he was a producer and director, and he was directing, I think the title of the bit was called Behind the Gate. At the time, they were beginning to introduce, I believe, Stargate Atlantis.
Correct.
And he played a part in having me come out there to interview the cast. That was another one of those moments where I can't believe this is happening. I get the call, and I'm asked, would you be interested in interviewing the cast of Stargate and this new show we're going to start called Stargate Atlantis? Duh. Of course I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes.
I mean,
you crazy.
No way. Yeah, there was no way I'm going to say no. So yeah, I was flown out there again, and it was like, you talk about lightning striking twice. Yeah, I got to sit and interview all these great people, and there's so much incredible behind the scenes stuff that didn't make it on air because our show Conan shot a lot of stuff. He showed some of it, and I think Behind the Gate showed some of it as well, but there's so much cool interaction that occurred out there that is just, it's the memories that I'll never forget.
So it was a total of 3 visits up there?
Yeah, the third,
the third was the 200.
The final one, again, another call. I'm telling you, at this point, I did not become jaded or like took this for granted. Because getting that third call, it was like, whoa, you guys want me again? Of course I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I can't believe my luck in life that 3 times like this, I'm being called out there. I went out, and it's just so happens right next door on that lot was the soundstage to Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
And a woman, I regret I don't remember her name right off the bat. And if she's listening or is aware, I really apologize for not remembering because I'm really bad with names. She was, I believe her title was a producer. She worked for NBC, but I don't remember her title exactly.
Okay.
But she saw me on the set of Stargate. We had broken for lunch or something, and she goes, "Would you want to come over and meet Grace Park?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah,
absolutely." You want me to meet a Cylon? Yeah. Pull my leg.
So she took me over. I met her. It was just so cool. And they took me on a quick tour of the set and the bridge room where she shot Adama.
Yes, on the CIC table. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think I sent you a photo of
I have it right now. Yep.
Doing that scene of her. Yeah, that was like that was so cool. That was.
You want to talk about another great show? Is Galactica?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Terrific.
It was fantastic.
What an experience, man! Holy cow! I mean, to have your fandom recognized, and also the creation convention as well that they shot.
Yeah.
They shot that clip as well, and go ahead.
No, I was going to say at the creation convention, that was the first time I met Gary Jones.
Yes,
he's a fantastic guy. I want to say we're friends. I hope he sees. I'm not overstepping my boundaries by saying we're friends. He's an amazing artist. I've seen him draw, and he's just incredible. And we did a lot of interacting and stuff, and shot a lot of stuff at that convention, which I don't think ever made air, but it was just funny. It was great material.
It was. I have a bit of an issue with the convention bit. As a sci-fi fan, growing up as a sci-fi fan, there is a certain element of stigma that goes along with it. Oh, you like that? Especially coming from a small town of 5,000 people. That, I mean, if you don't think that football, the sun rises and sets on the world of football, then there's something wrong with you. But they did kind of play that element in that bit, especially when you're talking with the gentleman who's giving the joke about I think temperature. There is a certain element of buffoonery that they were playing up, and I hate that really just kind of makes me jaded, because it's like, a lot of, and MTV did this for a while as well. They had like some kind of a fandom show as well that just took pot shot after pot shot at weird people that the average normie out there could laugh at. And I wasn't thrilled with that particular sequence, even though it did get to highlight you and you got to go to the creation convent. I really, and it got taped and shown to the world. I really walked away feeling from that bit like they were saying, look at all those weirdos. Aren't you glad you're not one of them? But Pierre, he's a good guy. He's one of us. Did you get that vibe at all? And I mean, talking about it years later.
I would have to re-watch that particular segment, because I honestly don't remember it that well. That said, what you're saying is a point that I'm very sensitive to, and it forms a lot of my opinion about people who attend conventions and stuff of that nature. It drives me crazy when people who are not fans or of anything then want to jump on board, and they become these wannabes. They somehow want to own the environment when they're not really sincere about wanting to be part of the environment. It goes to what you're talking about. They see people like me and the other fans as people to make fun of. That bugs me. That totally bugs the hell out of me. That said, I just know they exist, and I tend to ignore them. In terms of what you're saying about that segment, from my perspective, I don't remember it. Like I said, I don't remember that moment well. But one of the things I've always kept in my head whenever I do any kind of comedy bit is that, I know there are people in that audience. Some will laugh with me, and some will laugh at me. Maybe there will be more people who are laughing at me than they are laughing with me, but guess what? I don't care.
Good for you.
once the bid is over, I'm having fun, which is
Right.
the important thing. It's my motto. If I'm not having fun, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
You can't convince me to do it. But I'm having fun. In some cases, I'm getting some kind of payment for it.
Right.
And then
exactly.
after it's over, I get to go home and be among the things I love. So I don't care if you're laughing at me. I would prefer you're laughing with me, but if you're laughing at me, knock yourself out.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.